Hello, thanks for stopping by. This is My Best 7 Global. We are all about performance enhancement. Today's program is all about commitment flaws and then one great commitment check solution or strategy, however you want to couch it. And so we want to get right into it. We'll have videos that pop up with our subscriber updates. Everything is couched within the 7 success traits of elite performers. And those will be below this YouTube if you are new to those. What those are. This one is specifically going to reference back to our program on My Daily IM, psychological intervention technique. All elite performers use psychological skill sets, thus some type of intervention. They do something. And so commitment is also one of the success traits. Elite performers are committed. Let's review. Let's review, get going, review our Daily IM. We're all about the Daily IM in the next couple podcasts or programs, specifically about things within my Daily IM. And so what happens is we start and we don't do it. And we want to know why. So there's 5 parts in brief to our Daily IM. One is the commitment statement. That's what today's all about, the commitment statement. I am committed to. The next is a breathing technique. The third is an I am statement, something general about yourself or specifically about yourself, but not a goal. And then we have a goal, we have action items, and then we hit repeat and boom, 90 seconds are up. We do that in the morning, and then at night we review how our day went so we can be ready to attack the next day. So we're going to have 3, what are those commitment flaws, and then what is that solution? So the number one thing out there right now we're not going to talk about. We're going to talk about that in the next program is the why. That's a very common infomercial or spray paint on the wall for gym products, equipment gear. What's your why? And so why is going to be our next program. These are 3 specific things that happen way before the why. So number 1, I talk about till I'm blue in the face, and that would mean till I die, is the goal is too hard. That's really simple. The goal simply is too hard. As a sports psychology consultant, that's how you lose clients. You tell them that their goal is too hard. You tell a parent, not the client. You tell a parent. And then that unravels very quickly. But so what happens is I don't do, in this case, my daily I am. One potential reason is down the waterfall, I know that the goal is too hard. So why start? I'm not going to achieve that goal. Nobody likes to do failure over and over and over. So you don't start. That's 1. Super simple. Check. The goal is too hard. Within the 7 success traits, we know some things are just unachievable without your body. Completely unachievable. Same example I've used before. Can't be an offensive lineman in the NFL or any league. Right? 7.5, 5'8", 158 pounds. I could be on a team and get obliterated as a practice player, but that's not even worth it for practice, right? So there are minimums, entry levels of certain things. I do firmly believe, I won't go on a rabbit trail, I'll go very quickly here. I do firmly believe with anything that records and anything you get on Wi-Fi, whether it's your Wi-Fi or McDonald's, you can become anything you want in this world. I firmly believe that. So number 1, of a commitment flaw, the goal is too hard. Number 2 is one of the first things I ever learned in a graduate class as an undergraduate. It was on motivation, is what I do. I am an achievement goal theorist. And you learn very quickly that arousal, which can turn into motivation, if I need that arousal again, at even probably a higher level, then it doesn't turn into long-term motivation. So again, the goal becomes nothing. It becomes I'm not committed to it, because if I have to be aroused each time and more each time, then that means I personally am not committed to the goal, right? And that can happen for a variety of reasons. We can just catch us off guard, right? That's what marketing is all about. Go to the store and you kind of have an idea, you want to be fit or be in fitness or work on your health, and you see a bunch of things, you buy them. And the marketing is great. So it plays on the arousal of positive emotions, and probably that somehow you were in the store because somehow you had an idea of something you kind of maybe wanted to do. And bingo, it happens. There's no shame in that. You don't want to go and do that and buy a house that you can't afford, but it's no shame going to wherever, go buy a new pair of shoes. It's not the end of the world. It is if it's your last dollar, but if it's not, then it's not the end of the world. So one, goal is too hard. Two, arousal gets you positive emotion. It could be a negative emotion, gets you. You then say, "Hey, man, I really want to do this. Man, I want to do this. This would be awesome." Right? And you use words like that. Awesome. This would be the greatest thing ever. Right? And then a couple days later, it doesn't happen. We are, whatever, 6 weeks post 2020, January 1st, 2020. And so again, people days after already had that happen. Something positive emotion got them, or negative. It could be a negative thing. So you turn something around, get on the scale, and you don't like what it says, so you go turn it around. But either the goal is too hard, or the arousal got you, the emotion, and then it doesn't turn into day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7. It doesn't turn into anything. Right? I don't think for the most that's the end of the world. It's a reason why. Right? The first part of this program are commitment flaws. So number 1, the goal's too hard. Number 2, somehow I got with arousal. If you're a coach listening to this, I have a bunch of coaching friends, former students that coach. The more you yell, even if it's encouragement, the more you yell, the louder you get day after day. It means your athletes aren't motivated for the behavior that you're yelling about, because you have to arouse them to do it, and then you have to keep upping the ante. And boom, it doesn't work. It can work for a while. It doesn't work in the long run. So let's go to commitment flaw number 3. It is the address of the actual goal. So we've got commitment, our breathing technique. We're talking about our daily I am. We've got an I am statement, which could be wrong. We'll talk about that in a second. Then get to this goal. The address of the goal is not me. Right? It's not Mark Lochbaum's goal. So what are addresses of goals that we get? Friends, parents, spouse, TV, heroes, social media. I get a goal, and they don't have to always be arousal. It is intertwined, right? It's very difficult to not intertwine a positive or negative emotion with an address of a goal that comes in, and then I evaluate it, and almost, 100% of the time, I put an emotion to it, right? And then I go, oh yeah, I really, really want to do this. Yeah, I really, really want to do it. I kind of maybe have thought about doing it. Now I really, really, really want to do it. It's not true. It's not true. Again, in many cases, unless it's something that I need to do to support others, to follow through with a real commitment I made to my wife, kids, work, I got a job, commitment I made, then in the end, it's really not the end of the world. It can be frustrating, and it can build into a pattern. It can build into a pattern of failures, and that, of course, will feel frustrating. And we know, again, elite performers use psychological skills, a daily I am type of thing. And then we also know that they are 1,000,000% committed to every rep. Right? You go, oh, no, so-and-so, blah, 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 blah. No, you're wrong. They're committed to every rep. Elite people, whether it's, I'm reading Stephen King's book on writing. He's an elite writer, right? He's committed to every word. He is committed to every word. Football player X is committed to every rep in the weight room if he wants a job. They're committed. Believe me, they are committed. Basketball players, they do defend more than you think. They are committed. And so we have our goal. It's too hard. We somehow got into an arousal emotion issue. And then the address of the goal is not me. Those are three really simple, yet, unless I'm told sometimes, unless I'm told, informed, educated, self-helped, I don't realize that that's what's happened to me. And so the point is that we have those three flaws, and then we're going to build to a solution, an action item, a real thing that you can do to test your commitment. And sometimes, again, that's not fun. You will find out things about yourself that you hoped weren't true. So the best piece of advice I ever got was from Tony Robbins. It was simply to test your commitment, to know if you really want to do something, is the 1 hour time limit. And so if I say I want to do something or change behavior, which is doing something, I want to do something new, I want to change something old about myself, and I say it, I paused, and an hour goes by and I haven't taken discernible action, then I really don't want to do it. And when I heard that, I thought, oh, that seems extra, whatever, extra rough. I don't know. Maybe I should get 70 minutes to double check myself. Maybe I get 2 hours. An hour seems pretty quick. But to my knowledge, Tony didn't say it. I'm not saying it. If I say I want to engage in a healthier lifestyle, I didn't say go run a marathon in an hour or a half marathon or even 2 miles. It's like, go take a discernible action. Right? And so a great activity right now, take a piece of paper, split it in half. If you're watching, have 2 hands up. If you're not, you can follow along. One side, right? I'll put my right hand up. One side, write down things you achieve. And then go through those flaws. Those flaws, I can repeat them. They'll be at the bottom of the YouTube channel, the description. Right? It'll be goals too hard. Well, that's not true because you're achieving it. You were aroused and so you didn't continue to do it. That's not true because you're doing it. It could have gone from arousal, positive or negative emotions, to emotive behavior because you are saying that you do it. The address, it has to be you over a long period of time. Now let's look, my left hand. Let's write down things that we haven't achieved in life. Let's go through that list, right? So I use the example of bowling. I always use this example. It's fun, so positive arousal, always fun, always fun. Even more fun when it's free. Almost 99% of my life, it's always been free. And so, why is it an example of on my left hand, things I don't accomplish? I've never followed through. Right hand, things that we constantly achieve or have achieved. Those flaws can't be true because only one can be that address. Only one can be you're doing something for somebody else. You've done it for a long time. That's usually a drain. That's usually a drain. My left hand, so if you're watching this, I put my left hand up. I've got things that I'm not achieving. Things I thought I wanted to do, I wrote down, but then it stops me. So I don't do my daily I am because you don't need to really do a daily I am for things that you already do. That's the sub point. I don't need to write a daily I am about exercise. I exercise every day. I don't need to do that. So that's not an issue. So the issue is something, a new behavior or changing a bad pattern of behavior that I want to change. And so then again, I stop. I don't get past the commitment statement. I don't even get to the 2 days, 3 days in a row with it on my bathroom mirror. Because down the line, the goal, one, it's either too hard, and I realized it, like I lose 50 pounds, too hard. 2, I got it through just arousal. Something neat happened. It kind of was on my mind. Now it seems really, really neat. So I really, really want to do it. I saw an Instagram post on some fitness thing. So, I was going to do that. I'm going to do TRX training. That's what it's called. I'm not. It seems neat, but I don't have a place to do it in the house, so I'm not going to do it. Or 3, the address. A friend told me how neat this would be. I'm young enough. My parents, I'm not young enough, but I could be. My mom could tell me to do something. I'll probably do it. That the address isn't me. It's not me. So give that my daily I am a look, please. It's life-changing. As always, share this with a friend. Share it with an enemy. That's even better than sharing it with a friend, because we always say on our podcasts or blogs, whatever we want to call this, the world needs less hatred. Thanks a ton, and we'll see you next week.